Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a you versus them love reading for my dearest Pisces. Pisces, we're going to read your energy on the left, your person's energy on the right, and then we're going to see what's going on between you right down the middle. And if these messages resonate with you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And just a friendly reminder, I am available for private readings, so if you're after one, I do have those links in the description box down below. All right, so you are coming through as the Four of Swords, so this is you just protecting your energy, this is you healing. Maybe some of you have been staying in more. Ooh, your person, Four of Pentacles, it looks like they're also holding back. And we have the Five of Cups in reverse, so I kind of feel like neither one of you are really emotionally available to the other right now. Okay, and that can be for whatever reason. There's been a fight, there's been an argument. It does look like maybe both of you need to do some healing at this time if there's a period of silence or separation. And Hanged Man energy, so that's your major arcana there, Pisces. So you're kind of in a holding pattern here. I feel like you're just holding back, looking at all the details, just trying to figure out where we go from here. Just kind of being quiet. Some of you really affected by this lunar eclipse in Virgo. Yeah, it's Six of Wands. You might be looking at this connection as bringing you a lot of drama, fighting, bickering, and arguing. It does feel like you're ignoring your person, or you're just trying to regain your center. Because of whatever's happened here. It could also be your energies just being pulled in a lot of different directions, taking care of family, work, things like that. But it definitely feels like you're ignoring this person. Let's see how you're viewing them. You're viewing them as the Sun, Leo energy. So you are seeing this person as, being somebody who's strong, somebody who's compassionate, somebody who's lively, somebody who's passionate, somebody who gets a lot of attention. It could be this person, does make you happy. Some of you may have children with this person, but your person's holding back. They're not giving a lot to this connection. And it looks like because they're hurt or they're upset about something from the past. So it could be something that's happened between the two of you, but it could also be something from their past that has resurfaced here during this Mercury retrograde. And that's something that they need to deal with, or something that was really triggering for them, or has caused some I heard contempt or discontent or sadness here, but most likely it's, it has to do with what's happened between the two of you. They're viewing you as the Eight of Cups, so Pisces, they think you're walking away from them, okay, because you are holding back, you are focused on you, you are, ignoring them, it looks like, or maybe you just have them blocked, or you've left them on red. So the relationship here, what's going on between the two of you, the Five of Cups in reverse. Now, Spirit is saying you're not really emotionally available to each other at this time. Most likely you're mirroring each other. But I also feel, too, there is potential for healing this connection. All right, yeah, but you're not talking to this person. You're not sure that this connection is in alignment with you. And maybe you feel like they lied to you, or they weren't truthful to you. And they could be really regretting that there with the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, and they're seeing the relationship, though, as Justice card. So some of you are married to this person. This person definitely does want to make it up to you, and it kind of feels like they need to. That's the energy that I'm getting. Yeah, and the Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah, but they're definitely feeling this separation, Pisces. And a lot of you, you may have never, stood up to this person before. You may not have never told them off, or, set strong boundaries. And I do feel like that may be something here that's kind of flipping them out. And they're definitely going to worst case scenario, like, that this is over, that you're walking away. They might be throwing themselves a little bit of a pity party here, Pisces. All right, let's see. We have action. Yeah, so this person's not taking action right now towards you. We see that. You could be dealing with a Leo here, but I do think that they're building up their strength and their courage. They might also be acting like they're kind of unaffected by what's going on with you. Okay, but behind the scenes, it's definitely affecting them a lot more than they're letting on. And we see blossoming abundance. Right now, this person could be suffering financially. For some of you, they might feel like the rug was pulled out from under them, but I doubt you pulled the rug out from under them. I'm sure this is something where you gave them fair warning, or you were telling them that, like, look, hey, they're not you're not pulling your weight. So this person, I do think, is taking a look at what they potentially are losing here. Yep, woman holding a coin. Like, I just feel like some of you, this person wasn't pulling their weight. Some of you, like, that could be financially as well. Like, maybe you just felt like you were the one that was always doing things here. All right, what are the lessons here for my Pisces? What do they need to look at? Allow yourself to receive. Yeah, see, you were overgiving in this situation. And yeah, and it feels like this person does need to start like giving back to you, Pisces, or giving to you. Like, you may have been overgiving, and maybe you set boundaries, or maybe you told them off because of that. And we see trauma, so honor your need for recovery from what you've experienced. So things might have gotten really nasty here, because I definitely see you in an energy of healing. Help is there if you reach out. So some of you, that might be professional help if you feel you need it. But it could also be reaching out to friends and family if you're really feeling isolated, or you're having kind of a hard time wrapping your head around what's going on here. Now, what do they need to overcome? We see partnering. So yeah, you might have somebody here that doesn't kind of pull their weight, or is like having a hard time finding that, the balance between independence and interconnectedness. Accomplishing this together will strengthen support for one another. Two heads are better than one. So you might have somebody who has a tendency to be egotistical or self-centered, or feel like they need to do everything on their own. And they need to be direct, okay? So there's a need for clear, concise communication, which will eliminate ambiguity, because I do think that there's potential for salvaging this relationship here. But it's like your person is just kind of assuming that you're gone, that you've left. And they do want to heal this, or maybe some of you are married to them or what have you, but it's like they do want to heal this, but they're just assuming that you're done. Like, you're completely done here. All right, so let's take a look and see if there's anything hidden that my Pisces need to know. Is there anything hidden here that my Pisces need to know that they're not seeing? Blending families. Okay, so maybe some of you, that is the case. Some of you, you do have children with this person. You have a shared vision for the future. But somebody here needed to release ties from a past connection. And it does look like it's your person. Like, they either let a lot of past baggage interfere in your connection, and they project it onto this connection. Or, it could be, like I said, I did get that intuitive hit. For some of you, something came back in Mercury retrograde that has really spun them out, okay? So let's see, what do they want to say to you, like at the ego level here? I can't get enough of you. So they are really missing you, probably looking at pictures, checking you out online, and just being near you is intoxicating. Yeah, so this person's definitely wanting you badly. They're missing you badly. All right, let's see what else they want to say to you, their higher self or their future self. We have timing isn't right. So I have a lot to take care of, and I hope you understand it's important that I do things the right way at the right time. And I'm also hearing my way. So again, you may have somebody here who's a little bit my way or the highway, and I can see my Pisces getting a little frustrated with that. And they could let family interfere, or there could be family obligations. My commitment to my family takes precedence right now. Okay, so again, it does look like they were putting other people, other things above the connection. All right, let's see what else is going on here. What else is going on here? What else do we need to know? Ooh, okay. So here we have selling out. Okay, so some of my Pisces, you might have felt like you weren't honoring yourself. You weren't being true to yourself here in this relationship, because I do get this energy of you like overgiving, you, and maybe even, like I said, losing yourself a little bit in this relationship. Okay, so you might have felt like you were selling yourself short. For some of you, you might have also been frustrated with this person because you felt like they were selling out in some way, especially if they're, especially if there's these family obligations are ones that like you don't really get, or it doesn't really make sense to you. And I'm not talking about like taking care of kids or like being a caregiver, but like letting their family interfere, letting their family maybe feel like dictate their actions, this relationship. Yeah, and we get an energy there of procrastination. And I feel like your person, like I do feel like either they're experiencing financial difficulties, or, they kept telling you they were going to change, or they kept telling you they were going to do things differently, but they were definitely procrastinating. And, it's definitely left a hole in the soul there. There's definitely something missing within this relationship at this time, and it really, really needs to be addressed. So Let's see what advice and guidance Spirit has for you. All right, so you've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. And I feel like this is also just a reminder of here, the lessons that you need to learn with this connection too, is like, you give a lot, you are abundant. And that doesn't necessarily even have to be a lot of money, but it might be for some of you, but like money, time, effort, love. Okay. And it's like abundance flows to you. You deserve to, you know, to get what you give, right? And someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. So some of you, you're awakening to an imbalance here within this connection. For others of you, you're holding space for this person to kind of see like where they effed up here. And Spirit is saying, though, that this is a relationship that may not be worth just, you know, throwing out at this time, especially if there are children involved. I do feel some of you may have children with this person. You do have a really strong connection here, but Spirit's saying, you know, take your time, especially during this Venus and this Mercury retrograde, to get right, to get your head right, to get clear. You know, that whatever's meant for you won't pass you by, but it may not be just now the time to completely give up on this connection, at least before you know, hear what they have to say. And that's what they need to do. They need to come in with that direct communication. All right, my lovely Pisces, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.